Hi there, and thank you for joining us for this presentation. My name is Kristen Morales, and today we're going to be talking about the basics of essential oils and how to get started. In a nutshell, what you can expect from this workshop is to learn the basics of essential oils and their usage and understand why Young Living Essential Oils stands out from the rest. We'll go over what an oil is, where it comes from, how to use it, why I chose to partner with Young Living. The market for essential oils is growing as the movement for chemical-free living has gained momentum. There's a trend recently that moves towards many natural alternatives. And I believe the reason is because many chemicals that are permitted for us to use really have never been fully tested for its toxicity to humans. We accumulate synthetic chemical toxins because we use them every single day. They're all around us. They're in our cosmetics, our deodorants, our lotions, our shampoos. They're everywhere. But essential oils can provide a naturally derived alternative. But what is the big deal? I mean, why do we care about chemicals? Can't we assume that if a product is for sale that it has been tested and analyzed for our safety? Well, sadly, the answer is no. There is literally no way to assure that the products that we're using in our homes, in our products, and in our air are safe. Not the FDA or the EPA. Literally, no one knows. So let's get started by answering the question, what is an essential oil? Well, an essential oil is a volatile liquid and natural compounds that we find in shrubs, flowers, trees, bushes. Volatile actually means that it evaporates quickly into the air. So when you have a bottle of essential oil and it's near you, that smell will leap right out. Those chemical compounds will actually leap right out into the air. That's what volatile means. Typically, an essential oil is extracted through the distillation or cold processing process. Every essential oil contains between 200 and 500 constituents. This makes them very diverse with their effects. Literally no two oils are alike. They're also fat soluble, which allows them to penetrate into the blood and the tissues. In addition, they're highly concentrated forms of the source plant, around 100 to 10,000 times more concentrated than the herb. So let's talk about concentration really quickly. Young Living's oils are highly concentrated. Here's some fun facts to show you just how concentrated they are. It takes 27 square feet of lavender plant to make a 15 milliliter bottle of lavender oil. 75 lemons are used in one 15 milliliter bottle of lemon oil. And it takes 1 pound of raw peppermint to be used in the making of one 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint oil. Putting that into perspective, a 15 milliliter bottle is only 1/2 of an ounce. You know, essential oils aren't anything new. I think there's a common misconception that essential oils were recently discovered. But this is really far from the truth. In fact, essential oils have been used for thousands of years by many cultures for numerous uses. They were used by the ancient Egyptians, the Greeks, Romans, Europeans, and Chinese for everything from religious practices to medicinal purposes. In fact, essential oils are mentioned in many historical texts and well documented for their uses and benefits during ancient times. So how do we get essential oils? Through extraction. There's actually a few ways to extract essential oils from a plant. Cold pressing is a process of using and extracting the fatty oils and citrus essential oils. It's just as it sounds. We take the product and we press it to extract the oil. We use this process for our citrus oils because using other methods can actually break down the delicate molecules and cause the oil to become bitter. We use this process for oils that are fatty, such as olive oils, almond oil, jojoba, coconut. Another process is called resin tapping. This is the process of pulling resin from the trees and then taking that resin to go and be distilled. This is accomplished by cutting the external plant parts, which causes a little bit of distress to the tree, and then it secretes a resin. Each oil is steam distilled from that resin. Resins also can be chewed like a gum. Another process of extraction is an absolute oil. When the oil is very, very delicate, solvents must be used to extract that oil. The only solvent that Young Living uses is water. The only essential oil that we extract in this way is our precious jasmine. And another popular process is the process of steam distillation. And this is used to extract the delicate materials in a heat and pressure controlled environment. So depending on the oil, different parts of the herb or plant are used. Flowers, the flowering tops, the fruit, grasses, resins, leaves, roots, seeds, wood, bark, needles. There are many parts of the tree that goes into this process. So let's take a moment and elaborate just a little on cold pressing. Just like pressing an olive, this process is just as it sounds. The product is pressed to extract the oil. Cold pressing is how we extract our citrus essential oils. The rind of the fruit is pressed and the essential oil separates from the fruit itself. Again, this is just the rind. We use this process for our essential oils, our citrus oils, because using other methods can begin to break down the delicate citral molecules and cause the oil to become bitter. In addition, this is the best way to produce a fatty oil like the olive, almond, coconut. We call them fatty. We call these fatty oils carrier oils because we use them to help carry the essential oil when we put them together. Resin tapping is a method of choice for extracting oils such as frankincense, myrrh, copaiba. This is accomplished by scraping that external plant source, causing distress to the tree, and over time, the tree begins to produce a sap-like substance called a resin. This resin can then be collected and taken to be steam distilled. Absolute oil extraction. This requires a solvent to extract oils from the plant material. Solvents are a substance that can be used to dissolve another substance. The only one that Young Living uses this for is jasmine. What's important to know is that there are trace amounts of the solvent that do get left behind. So what is used in terms of a solvent is very important when you look at using your essential oils. It also can evaporate a little more quickly from the skin as a result of this process. Steam distillation. This process involves using heat to water to create steam, which then extracts the essential oil. It's the most common essential oil extraction method, and this method requires some critical control to manage the temperature and the pressure. It also helps to avoid burning the oils and maximizes the yield of the essential oil that you can get from the plant. Young Living has fully automated steam distillers. Residual plant material is composted afterwards to generate a fertilizer going back into farms. The steam distillation really is quite an art, so let's take a moment and just look at this process. Here we see that we use heat to warm up the water to create steam, which then extracts the essential oil. The steam passes through the plant matter and it pulls out all of that oil. And as the steam rises, the oil goes up with it and it becomes a gaseous matter. Then it heads over to the condenser, which cools down all of the steam and the oil, reliquefying it. In the separator, the oil rises to the top of the water and can then be extracted. The leftover floral waters can be used in beauty and home products. This is the most common essential oil extraction method. Critical to controlling the temperature and pressure, this process really helps to avoid the burning of the oils and gets a great yield of the product. We have fully automated stainless steel steam distillers. And of course, we do use the plant material afterwards that's left behind to be composted and generate as a fertilizer to go back out into the fields. Many different parts of the plants can be steam distilled. Each plant is different and in the ways that we use the parts. You can see we have the flowers, the tops, the fruit, the rinds, the berries, the grasses, the gums and resins, the stems, the roots, the seeds, even the wood, bark, twigs, and needles of trees can be used to distill. Well, now that we know how to get the oil, let's take a second and talk about how we can use these precious parts of the plant. Some of these ways may even be familiar to you. Our bodies are complex. The reason you might get a headache and the reason I might get a headache might be for completely different reasons, because our bodies are complex. Essential oils are also complex. There's well over 300 constituents in every single oil. And in actuality, it's only 2 or 3 main constituents that provide the primary health benefits, but they do all work together. Some constituents can actually negate some of the benefits of an oil. So when Young Living is looking for oils, sometimes it's actually a maximum oil that we look for, not just a minimum oil. And of course, every person is different. The reason we get symptoms of headaches, just as an example, might differ from person to person. It's really amazing that we have so many options to choose from. Every single oil and each constituent within the oil addresses symptoms in a different way. So let's talk about the aromatic, topical, and dietary ways of using our essential oils. This is really a way that by using them in these 3 different ways that we can wonderfully support all the areas of our health and wellness and our lifestyle. We can use aromatic oils as odor eliminators and to create a nicely scented environment without the toxic chemicals. Oils can be applied topically to the skin as well. Remember to be cautious and to avoid sensitive areas. Young Living Vitality oils can be used to flavor your food and beverages, as well as taken internally to support many of your body systems. So let's elaborate a little bit on aromatic usage. Aromatically means that you can either diffuse the oil or inhale it. Is there an essential oil that when you smell it brings fond memories or creates a specific atmosphere? Certain aromas have reminded me of camping trips as a child, and I have such fond memories, such as our pine oils and different spruces, even cedar wood. These bring, to me personally, feelings of contentment and happiness, just as a result of those triggered memories. You know, you can put oils right in the palms of your hands and then bring that to your face and breathe in deeply, or you can put it in a diffuser. These are both great ways that you can use your essential oils aromatically. By creating a fine aromatic mist, diffusers allow you to create a spa-like atmosphere and enjoy the benefits of essential oils in any environment. Young Living offers a wide variety of diffusers, and when you enroll as a new member, you'll receive a new diffuser in your premium starter kit. The smell and the nose are a key way that the oils are introduced to our bodies. A scent can evoke an emotion before we're consciously aware of it. There are 2 ways that we detect odors. One, in the air we breathe through the front of the nose, and also through the back of our nose from our mouth when we're chewing food. When sniffing a flower, odor molecules from it are drawn to the top of the nose as we breathe in. The part of the nose called the olfactory bulb is responsible for processing signals that it receives and passing this information on to other parts of the brain. The olfactory bulb processes the signals and then passes the information to the limbic system. This plays a major role in controlling mood, memory, behavior, and emotion. That's the smell in psychology. For smell and memory, our sense of smell is closely linked with memory, probably more so than any other sense we have. This can often happen spontaneously. With a smell acting like a trigger, and then recalling some long forgotten event or experience. Young Living's line of vitality oils are specifically labeled for internal uses. This way we can take advantage of some highly concentrated oils to flavor foods and beverages, as well as receive the benefits of the oils to support different body systems. Be sure to check out Young Living's blog also for endless recipes that incorporate oils. So what systems can vitality support? Here's a few. Thieves Vitality is an excellent way to support your immune system. It's a blend that includes the oils of lemon, cinnamon, rosemary, clove, and Eucalyptus radiata essential oils. Eucalyptus radiata may help support a healthy respiratory system when you take it as a dietary supplement. Digize Vitality was specially formulated as a blend to support your digestive system. You can put a few drops in a glass of water, especially drinking that before a really large meal. Incorporating Grapefruit Vitality into your weight management routine is amazing. Putting a few drops into a veggie capsule and ingesting that daily. Don't forget to make sure you follow all the labeling instructions. These are just a couple of options. There are many, many more. Of course, topically using our essential oils is applying them to our skin. It's just called topical application. This is a great way to support healthy-looking skin because essential oils are easy to use and they provide quick benefits. If you've never used essential oils, one great area of the body to begin using them on and applying them topically is to the bottoms of your feet, along your shoulders, or the back of your neck. Here's some other ways you can use essential oils topically. Just remember to incorporate carrier oils because they will ensure that the essential oils applied topically will be comfortable to your skin. Diluting with a carrier oil will not dilute the effect of the essential oil. As a matter of fact, it can prevent waste due to excessive application. Be sure to look for the dilution ratios on Young Living's essential oil bottles because each oil can be slightly different on its dilution recommendations. Hot oils are oils that when you apply them to the skin can cause a hot, burning, or I like to say a spicy sensation on the skin. Young Living recommends using a patch test prior to its first use. Some examples of some hot oils include cinnamon, clove, lemongrass, peppermint, oregano, thyme, and any oil blends that have those oils in them, such as Exodus 2 or Thieves. How often can essential oils be applied and how much should we use? Well, proper usage is indicated on each essential oil label, so be sure to follow your labeling instructions. Essential oils, they're very potent and powerful, so as you get started, start low and go slow. In most cases, 1 to 2 drops are more than adequate, and using more could even just waste the product. Excessive use of essential oils can also increase your risk of adverse reactions. So let's talk about diluting. It's important to know that dilution recommendations can be found on the back of every single essential oil body and should be followed, especially if you're new to essential oils. Essential oils are fat soluble, which means that it will blend into the oil differently. A carrier oil, or fatty oil as we talked about, are needed as opposed to diluting with water. A carrier oil is a fatty oil that gives added benefits to your skin, such as coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil, fractionated coconut oil, hemp seed. The list really goes on. Carrier oils ensure that essential oils applied topically are comfortable to the skin. Again, look for the dilution ratios right on every single essential oil bottle. Young Living also has V6 vegetable oil complex, which is 6 different vegetable oils all together that are great for virtually any application. So let's talk about butters. Plant-based butters are also a good option to use when you want to dilute your essential oils, and they have many additional benefits for your skin. These are some examples of some of the butters that you can use. Cocoa butter, mango, avocado, and shea. So here's some differences between an essential oil and a fatty oil. This is a common question I get, and we're not going to talk into depth about it, but here's a few things that are different. Essential oils are distilled from the plant parts, whereas fatty oils are pressed from the seeds and the fruits. Essential oils are not part of the seed germination in the early growth part of a plant. A fatty oil is. This is necessary for the seed to sprout. Essential oils are essential to the life process of the plant, whereas the fatty oil is not. Essential oils have teeny tiny molecules that can penetrate very differently than a fatty oil, which is much larger and heavier and sits atop the skin a little bit longer. Essential oils are aromatic and volatile, leaping out into the air with their aroma, whereas a fatty oil is not so much. Essential oils are also able to circulate throughout the plant. Again, a fatty oil does not. Essential oils are not greasy, whereas fatty oils would be greasy to the touch, and an essential oil will not spoil or turn rancid, whereas a fatty oil will. So this is good to know as you begin to dilute your oils and you use a fatty oil with it. Your expiration date of that blend would be based on the expiration date of the fatty oil that you use. So what else should I know? Well, I want to touch on a few other points that are often asked, but if you have other questions, feel free to ask them in the comments or go back to the person who recommended that you watch this video for some more information. Just list out the questions that you have so you remember. Understanding that sensitive areas will provide a greater than normal reaction is important. We recommend that you avoid sensitive areas when using your essential oils. These areas that are sensitive include the eyes, the ears, and mucous membranes. Use caution if you choose to apply essential oils to sensitive areas. You can do what you like, of course, be cautioned. Sensitive skin can be more prone to reactions, and sensitive areas may be more sensitive than the normal reaction. And of course, always use caution and consult your healthcare provider while following labeling instructions. Listen to your body and also use common sense. It is recommended to avoid excessive use of clary sage, Idaho tansy, hyssop, fennel, and wintergreen, as well as any blends or supplements containing these oils during the time of pregnancy and nursing. So essential oils for you and your family. Using oils with children. Lemon, frankincense, and tea tree and lavender are all oils that we consider to be gentle for family and family friendly. Of course, diluting with carrier oils and following label instructions is important, especially as you get started and become more acquainted with your oils and how your body is responding to them. So, ready for a pop quiz? All right, if you're joining us live, be sure to comment on the event page where we're going to post these questions one more time and you can answer them. We'll have a separate post for you to do that with a fun drawing. What is an essential oil? Can you tell me? How about the most common method for extracting essential oils? What are 2 ways that you can use essential oils? How about the best ways to dilute them? Were you able to kind of come up with some answers? I hope you were, and that thus far you've learned a good deal of information to help you feel a little bit more confident in being able to use your Young Living essential oils. Okay, so now we're going to talk about uses for essential oils around your home. You know, aromatically, they can be used to diffuse and improve the quality of the air. Also, you can use them as a natural room deodorizer. Just take a little bit, mix it with some grain alcohol, some water, add your essential oils, and you can even get some bamboo skewers to create a nice aroma in the house. Also, adding them with your laundry to make your own dryer sheets or to put a few drops on wool dryer balls is a great way to utilize them. You can add them to the sink when you're washing dishes. We have a whole line of household cleaners based off of our Thieves essential oil blend. And you can also use essential oils as insect and ant repellents around the house. The ways you can use them are practically limitless around the house. So how important is quality with an essential oil? Well, let's be honest and just call it one word: very, very important. Understanding the different grades of essential oils that are used in the essential oil industry. I say grade, but please understand there's no overseeing government watching these grades. Let's just get that right out there. So this is a breakdown of what you know is out there so you can understand based on what we see as quality and how these oils are derived. One of the factors that determines purity of an essential oil are the constituents within it. These constituents can be affected by a vast number of variables, including the part of the plant from which the oil was produced, soil conditions, fertilizers, whether organic or chemical, geographical region, climate, altitude, methods used for harvesting, as well as the processes during distillation. There's a synthetic grade quality. These are essential oils created in a laboratory to mimic natural essential oils. Synthetic fragrance oils are primarily made from petrochemicals and attempt to duplicate the smell of a specific plant. In 1986, a report was done by the National Academy of Sciences that reported that 95% of the chemicals used in synthetic fragrances are derived from petroleum, and they include benzene derivatives, aldehydes, and many other known toxins and synthesizers. The next grade is extended or altered. This is more of a fragrance grade, also known as fragrance oils. Many fragrance oils contain diluents, which is a cutting agent that ultimately reduces the strength of a fragrance oil. A common diluent is dipropylene glycol. 98% of essential oil volume produced is used in the perfume and cosmetic industry. It does not contain the beneficial qualities and is only used for its fragrance. Then we've got natural and certified grade, which passes the oil standard tests, but it may not contain any or just a few of those beneficial compounds. It's important to note that there's no real parameters to use around the word natural. And of course, therapeutic grade, which is pure steam distilled essential oils containing all the desired beneficial compounds. The key to producing a therapeutic grade essential oil is to preserve as many of the delicate aromatic compounds within the essential oil as possible. There's fragile compounds that are aromatic that are easily destroyed with high temperature and high pressure. Again, there's no governing body on these terms, so many of these words have become marketing words. So it's important to understand the process from where you get your oils. This is key. I like to say knowing your farmer. So there's a vast difference of essential oil ingredients through the example of lavender that we can learn. Did you know there are 39 known species of lavandula, which is lavender? A lot of lavender that is sold today is actually lavandin, which is a hybrid form of lavender developed by crossing true lavender with spike lavender. As lavender oil is created from the flowers, you can see from the picture here that lavandin is a more efficient plant with more flowers and will produce about 50% more oil per plant. Lavandin contains a much higher concentration of camphor, between 7 and 18%. This is a terpene that will invalidate the lavender's use to soothe a burn or skin irritation. Young Living is very particular about the quality of the plants that are used for the essential oil production. Even a true lavender grown under certain conditions could have camphor levels that are too high and therefore not suitable. All Young Living's products meet the highest standard of quality during its raw material. Additionally, the distillation process will impact the quality of the essential oil. Young Living distills its lavender for 1 hour and 15 minutes at 0 pounds of pressure, whereas cheaper commercial lavender is often distilled for around 15 or 20 minutes at 155 pounds of pressure. This removes all of the beneficial qualities. Young Living's process is about ensuring that those oils that we create include all the beneficial qualities that nature has created. Young Living's Seed to Seal approach embodies this aspect during our quality process. Of all the essential oil companies out there, this is what makes Young Living stand out. It is the world leader in essential oils. We believe that your family deserves to harvest the benefits of nature's solution every day without compromise. Our commitment to purity and stewardship is embodied in a unique proprietary process that we call Seed to Seal. No other company can match what Young Living does to ensure the purity and potency of the highest quality essential oils on the market. Our commitment to quality starts with the seed. The seeds we use are selected for their ability to become botanicals with high level of bioactive compounds. We then grow the seeds using cultivation practices that are dedicated to responsible and sustainable growing and harvesting methods. Next, we distill using a gentle proprietary technique for steam extraction, using those steam extraction for essential oils to preserve their precious constituents. And then to guarantee consistent, verifiable quality, our oils are tested in Young Living's own internal labs as well as in third-party facilities. And then finally, each essential oil is carefully bottled and labeled using state-of-the-art equipment. To ensure Young Living's able to control every step of this process for Seed to Seal, we own a number of farms and continue to grow, as well as partner or co-op with farms that are around the world. Gary Young personally travels to the globe to scout out farms that offer ideal conditions for growing premium botanicals. This personal, direct involvement in the growing process is what allows us to ensure that each product delivered is of the highest quality, and it's what our members around the world have come to expect. From the acres of sweet lavender in Utah to rows of fragrant eucalyptus trees in Ecuador, our global farms are emblematic of the purity and quality of everything that we do. We're excited to announce that Young Living has received the highest possible rating from the Better Business Bureau. To be accredited with an A+ rating, a business must go through a stringent screening process and prove that they meet the standards set by the Better Business Bureau. A main distinction for accreditation comes from a business's ability to build trust, advertise honestly, be transparent, and honor promises. These are standards that are part of the Young Living tradition of providing superior products and customer service to the world. And it's a great honor to receive this prestigious honor that validates our uncompromising commitment to quality. Seed to Seal is not only a process of our operations, but it's also a promise to your family. Young Living does believe that you and your family deserve products that are genuine, free of synthetic chemicals, and have unmatched purity. Through each step of our production process on both our own and our partner farms, we use the most exacting standards possible to make our products, your life, and the earth better. And only one company can make that Seed to Seal process, and that's Young Living. So I want to thank you for joining us for this presentation. Feel free to comment below and tell us one thing that you found most helpful. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask it there. If you joined us live for this presentation, stick around to find out how you can get started on your next steps. And if you're catching this video on replay, be sure to follow up the person who sent you this video link and get started by locking arms with them on your journey. You can also check out my personal website at alignwellessentials.com for more information. Thanks again for joining us.